Are you looking down at your legs and wondering where all your muscle went? Do you struggle to climb stairs without getting winded, feel frustrated that your energy has disappeared, and notice that stubborn belly fat just keeps accumulating no matter what diet you try? What if I told you that 8 specific lower body exercises could completely reshape your legs, dramatically boost your testosterone levels, and restore the strength and vitality you thought were gone forever? And here's the part that most men over 50 don't realize. Focusing only on upper body exercises or light cardio is actually accelerating muscle loss and suppressing your testosterone production even further. Hi, my name is Dr. Paul Johnson, and I've spent the past 15 years helping men over 50 reclaim their strength, vitality, and confidence through evidence-based exercise strategies. I've witnessed hundreds of patients walk into my office convinced that weak, skinny legs and low testosterone were just inevitable consequences of aging that they had to accept. But here's what the groundbreaking research actually shows, and what I've seen firsthand in my practice. When men over 50 prioritize lower body training with the right exercises, they experience testosterone increases of up to 31%, dramatic improvements in muscle mass and strength, significant reductions in body fat percentage, enhanced balance and mobility that reduces fall risk, better cardiovascular health, sharper mental clarity, and yes, even renewed confidence and energy that makes them feel decades younger. Before we dive into these 8 powerful exercises, I want to be clear about something important. Everything I'm sharing is educational information and shouldn't replace personalized medical advice from your own healthcare provider. Always check with your doctor before starting any new exercise program, especially if you have existing conditions or haven't been active recently. I remember when Kenneth, a 61-year-old sales manager, came to see me completely defeated because his doctor had told him his testosterone was sitting at just 285 nanograms per deciliter, well below the healthy range. His legs had become so weak that he avoided stairs whenever possible. He'd lost almost 30 pounds of muscle mass over 5 years, and he was seriously considering testosterone replacement therapy, despite his concerns about side effects. After implementing the exact 8-exercise lower body protocol I'm about to share with you, his testosterone increased from 285 to 420 nanograms per deciliter in just 18 weeks, a 47% increase. And he told me with tears in his eyes that he felt stronger and more capable than he had in 20 years. Let me explain the science behind why lower body exercises work so powerfully for testosterone production. Your legs contain the largest muscle groups in your entire body, including your quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes. When you train these massive muscle groups under load, you create intense metabolic stress that forces your body to respond by releasing testosterone and growth hormone. A groundbreaking study examining resistance exercise found that squats produced significantly higher testosterone levels compared to leg press exercises, with testosterone rising to 31 nanograms per liter after squats versus only 27 nanograms per liter after leg press. But here's the critical detail that changes everything. Free weight exercises that require stabilization produce superior hormonal responses compared to machine-based movements. Research published in the Journal of Sports Science and Medicine demonstrated that lower body training prior to upper body work resulted in greater strength gains in the upper body muscles due to the testosterone elevation caused by leg exercises. This means that training your legs doesn't just build bigger, stronger legs. It actually triggers a systemic hormonal response that benefits your entire body. The first exercise that should become the foundation of your lower body transformation is the goblet squat. Squats are absolutely exceptional because they engage your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and core simultaneously, creating massive metabolic demand that triggers powerful testosterone production. Research examining different squat variations found that exercises activating large muscle groups released growth hormones which helped stimulate protein production similarly to testosterone. Here's how to perform a proper goblet squat. Hold a dumbbell or kettlebell vertically at chest level with both hands, keeping it close to your body. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart and your toes pointing slightly outward. Engage your core and keep your chest up throughout the entire movement. Push your hips back and bend your knees to lower down, keeping the weight close to your chest. Lower until your thighs are parallel to the floor, or as deep as your mobility comfortably allows without your lower back rounding. Drive through your heels to return to standing, squeezing your glutes hard at the top. Start with 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions, using a moderate weight, resting 90 seconds between sets. The goblet position actually helps you maintain proper upright posture throughout the movement, while delivering incredible testosterone-boosting benefits. By the way, if you're finding this information valuable and you want to make sure you don't miss future content that could genuinely transform your lower body strength and testosterone levels, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to Paul Johnson, Senior Secrets, and turn on notifications. I share evidence-based strategies like this every week, specifically designed for men over 50 who are serious about reclaiming their vitality without relying on medications or hormone replacement therapy. The second critical exercise is the Romanian deadlift using dumbbells, and this movement is incredibly powerful for strengthening your entire posterior chain, including your hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. The Romanian deadlift targets muscles that are often neglected, and research shows that engaging these large muscle groups triggers significant testosterone production. Here's the proper technique. Stand with your feet hip-width apart, holding a dumbbell in each hand in front of your thighs with your palms facing your body. Keeping a slight bend in your knees but never fully locked, push your hips backward while lowering the dumbbells down the front of your legs, keeping them as close to your body as possible. Maintain a completely neutral spine throughout the entire movement, never allowing your lower back to round. You should feel a deep stretch in your hamstrings as you lower the weights. Once you feel that hamstring stretch, drive through your heels and powerfully squeeze your glutes to return to the starting position. Perform 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions, focusing entirely on perfect form and controlled tempo. The controlled eccentric phase, that lowering portion, is particularly important for building strength and triggering hormonal responses. One of my patients, Walter, a 56-year-old architect who'd been dealing with chronic lower back pain for years, was skeptical about deadlifts when I first suggested them. His testosterone was sitting at 290 nanograms per deciliter, and he'd completely stopped exercising because he was afraid of making his back worse. We started him with very light dumbbells, just 8 pounds in each hand, focusing purely on the hip hinge movement pattern. Within 12 weeks of consistent practice, not only had his back pain completely disappeared, but his testosterone levels increased to 370 nanograms per deciliter, and he reported feeling more energetic and capable than he had in over a decade. At this point, I need to mention something crucial. These exercises require proper form and progressive loading to produce results safely. Start with lighter weights than you think you need. Master the movement patterns first, and never sacrifice perfect form just to use heavier loads. The third exercise is the walking lunge, and this movement is exceptional because it builds single leg strength, improves balance and coordination, and creates significant metabolic stress that supports testosterone production. Lunges require dynamic movement under load, which challenges your body in ways that stationary exercises simply cannot replicate. Here's how to perform walking lunges correctly. Stand tall with your feet together, holding a dumbbell in each hand at your sides, or keeping your hands on your hips if you're starting with body weight. Take a large step forward with your right leg, landing with your entire foot flat on the ground. Lower your body by bending both knees until your back knee nearly touches the floor and your front thigh is parallel to the ground. Your front knee should stay aligned over your ankle, never extending past your toes. Push through your front heel to stand up and immediately step forward with your left leg into the next lunge. Continue alternating legs, walking forward with each repetition. Perform 3 sets of 10 to 12 lunges per leg, maintaining perfect posture with your chest up and core engaged throughout. If balance is challenging initially, perform stationary lunges in place until you build the coordination and strength needed for the walking variation. Speaking of which, if you're getting real value from these science-backed lower body strategies, I'd love it if you could hit the like button and share this video with other men who might benefit from this information. The more we spread evidence-based knowledge about natural testosterone optimization through lower body training, the more men we can help avoid unnecessary medications and reclaim their strength naturally. And make sure you stay subscribed to Paul Johnson, Senior Secrets, because I release new content every single week designed to help you optimize your hormones, strength, and overall vitality after 50. The fourth exercise is the Bulgarian split squat, also known as the rear foot elevated split squat. And this movement is incredibly valuable because it places intense demand on each leg individually, while creating a deep stretch in your glutes that maximizes muscle activation. Research examining different unilateral exercises found that Bulgarian split squats activated the glutes significantly more than standard lunges due to the deeper range of motion and increased hip extension demands. Here's the proper technique. Stand about 2 to 3 feet in front of a bench or sturdy chair facing away from it. Place your right foot on the bench behind you with your laces down, and keep your left foot flat on the ground in front of you. Your left foot should be positioned far enough forward that when you lower down, your knee stays aligned over your ankle. Keeping your torso upright and your core engaged, bend your left knee to lower your body until your left thigh is parallel to the floor. Push through your left heel to return to the starting position, squeezing your glute at the top. Complete 8 to 10 repetitions on your left leg. Then switch and perform 8 to 10 repetitions on your right leg. Perform 3 sets per leg, resting 90 seconds between sets. If this feels too challenging initially, you can hold onto a wall or door frame for light balance support until your strength and coordination improve. The fifth exercise is the step up, and this movement is particularly powerful because it mimics real-life movements like climbing stairs while building functional single-leg strength and balance. Step-ups are also incredibly versatile because you can adjust the step height to match your current ability level and progressively increase the challenge as you get stronger. Here's how to perform step-ups correctly. Stand facing a sturdy step, box, or the bottom stair in your home. Start with a step that's about 6 to 8 inches high, and you can progress to 12 or even 16 inches as your strength improves. Hold a dumbbell in each hand at your sides, or perform the exercise with just your body weight if you're starting out. Place your right foot completely on the step with your entire foot flat, not just your toes perched on the edge. Push through your right heel to lift your entire body upward onto the step, bringing your left foot up to meet your right. The power should come entirely from your right leg, not from pushing off with your left foot. Step back down with control, leading with your left foot first, then your right. Complete 10 to 12 repetitions with your right leg leading. Then switch and do 10 to 12 repetitions with your left leg leading. Perform 3 sets per leg, resting 60 to 90 seconds between sets. I recently had a patient named Russell, a 69-year-old retired firefighter, who came to me frustrated because he'd noticed his legs had become so weak that climbing stairs left him completely winded. His testosterone was sitting at 275 nanograms per deciliter, and he'd gained almost 25 pounds of fat around his midsection. We implemented this exact 8-exercise protocol, starting with very basic variations and light weights. After 5 months of consistent training 3 days per week, his testosterone had increased to 380 nanograms per deciliter. He'd lost 18 pounds of body fat, gained back 15 pounds of lean muscle mass in his legs, and he told me that climbing stairs now felt effortless compared to before. The sixth exercise is the leg press, and while I generally prefer free weight exercises, the leg press offers unique benefits for men over 50 because it allows you to safely load your leg muscles with heavier weight without placing stress on your lower back. Research shows that while leg press produces slightly lower testosterone responses than squats, it still creates significant hormonal elevation and is particularly valuable for men dealing with back issues. Here's the proper technique for the leg press. Sit in the leg press machine with your back and head resting comfortably against the padded support. Place your feet on the platform about shoulder width apart with your toes pointing slightly outward. Release the safety handles and slowly lower the platform by bending your knees, bringing them toward your chest. Lower until your knees form approximately a 90-degree angle, or slightly less if your mobility allows. Never let your lower back round off the seat pad. Push through your heels to extend your legs back to the starting position, stopping just short of locking out your knees. Perform 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions using a weight that challenges you while allowing perfect form. The leg press is also excellent for building confidence with heavier loads before progressing to more challenging free weight variations. The 7th exercise is the calf raise. And while this might seem like a small muscle group exercise, strong calves are essential for walking, balance, and overall lower body function. Additionally, training your calves as part of a comprehensive lower body workout increases the total muscle mass you're engaging, which contributes to the overall testosterone response. Here's how to perform standing calf raises properly. Stand with the balls of your feet on the edge of a step or raised platform, allowing your heels to hang off the edge. You can hold dumbbells at your sides for added resistance or simply use your body weight initially. Rise up onto your toes as high as possible, squeezing your calf muscles hard at the top of the movement. Hold that top position for a full second. Slowly lower your heels below the level of the step, getting a full stretch in your calves at the bottom. Perform 3 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions, focusing on the full range of motion from maximum stretch to maximum contraction. Strong calves improve your ability to walk, run, and maintain balance, which are all critical for maintaining independence as you age. The 8th and final exercise is the glute bridge, and this movement is absolutely essential because it directly targets your glutes, the largest muscle group in your body, while also protecting your lower back and improving hip extension strength. Strong glutes are critical for virtually every lower body movement, and research shows that engaging the glutes under load contributes significantly to testosterone production. Here's the proper technique. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, positioned hip-width apart and close enough that you can almost touch your heels with your fingertips. Press your lower back gently into the floor and engage your core. Drive through your heels to lift your hips upward, creating a straight line from your knees through your hips to your shoulders. Squeeze your glutes as hard as you possibly can at the top position, holding for 2 full seconds. Avoid arching your lower back excessively. The power should come entirely from your glutes and hamstrings. Slowly lower your hips back to the floor with control. Perform 3 to 4 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions. As this becomes easier, you can progress to single-leg glute bridges or place a weight across your hips for added resistance. Now let me share the critical mistakes that sabotage most men's results with lower body training, and I want to make absolutely sure you avoid these pitfalls. The first major mistake is neglecting lower body training entirely and focusing only on upper body exercises or cardio. Your legs contain the largest muscle groups in your body, and if you're not training them, you're missing out on the most powerful natural testosterone-boosting stimulus available. The second mistake is using weights that are too heavy before mastering proper form. Perfect technique with lighter weights will produce far better results and keep you injury-free compared to sloppy form with heavy weights that puts dangerous stress on your joints and connective tissues. The third mistake is training too frequently without allowing adequate recovery time. Research clearly demonstrates that men over 50 benefit most from training 3 to 4 days per week with at least 1 full rest day between sessions, as recovery is when your muscles actually grow stronger and your hormonal system adapts. The fourth mistake is ignoring progressive overload. Your body adapts to stress, so you must gradually increase either the weight, the repetitions, or the number of sets over time to continue triggering testosterone production and building muscle. The fifth mistake is neglecting single leg exercises like lunges, Bulgarian split squats, and step-ups. These unilateral movements address strength imbalances between your legs, improve balance and stability, and create unique training stimulus that bilateral exercises alone cannot provide. Here's your practical implementation plan to start this week and begin reshaping your lower body while boosting testosterone naturally. On Monday, Perform goblet squats, Romanian deadlifts, walking lunges, and calf raises. Start with just 2 sets of each exercise using conservative weights, focusing entirely on learning perfect form. On Tuesday, rest completely or do light walking and gentle stretching. On Wednesday, perform Bulgarian split squats, step-ups, leg press, and glute bridges. Again, just 2 sets of each. On Thursday, rest. On Friday, repeat the Monday workout, but add a 3rd set to each exercise if you felt strong and your form remained perfect. On Saturday and Sunday, rest or engage in light active recovery activities. Continue this pattern for the first 2 weeks, gradually adding small amounts of weight every week or 2. Track every single workout in a notebook, recording the weights used, repetitions completed, sets performed, and how you felt during and after each session. This data allows you to apply progressive overload systematically rather than guessing randomly. After 3 weeks of consistent training, if you're feeling strong and your form is excellent, you can progress to 3 full training days per week, performing 4 sets of each exercise. The beautiful thing about this 8-exercise lower body protocol is its comprehensive effectiveness combined with its elegant simplicity. You don't need expensive gym memberships, fancy machines, or complicated programs that confuse you. A basic set of dumbbells, a bench or sturdy chair, and some floor space are completely sufficient to transform your lower body, dramatically boost your testosterone levels, and reclaim the strength and vitality you thought were gone forever. These movements work because they engage the largest muscle groups in your body to trigger maximum hormonal responses. They build functional strength that translates directly to everyday activities like climbing stairs, getting up from chairs, and walking confidently. They address both bilateral and unilateral strength to create balanced development and reduce injury risk. They can be safely performed and progressively scaled as you get stronger, and they target the root cause of declining testosterone and muscle loss rather than just masking symptoms with medications. One more thing before we finish, I'd love to hear from you in the comments section below. What's your biggest challenge when it comes to maintaining your lower body strength and testosterone levels after 50? Are you dealing with weak legs that make daily activities difficult, low energy that affects everything you do, stubborn belly fat that won't budge, poor balance that makes you feel unsteady, or just complete confusion about what exercises actually work versus what's nothing but marketing hype? Drop a comment right now and let me know your specific situation, because your feedback directly shapes the content I create to address the real struggles you're facing every day. And of course, if you haven't already done so, make sure you're subscribed to Paul Johnson, Senior Secrets, and that you've turned on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos where I'll be diving deeper into nutrition strategies for testosterone optimization, recovery protocols for men over 50, and other science-backed methods designed to help you take control of your health and vitality. Remember this critical truth: weak legs, declining testosterone, and deteriorating strength are not inevitable consequences of aging that you just have to accept and live with. They're largely the result of specific factors, including neglecting lower body training, physical inactivity, poor nutrition, inadequate sleep, and the complete absence of progressive resistance training that your body needs to maintain muscle mass and hormone production. The 8 lower body exercises I've shared with you today, the goblet squat for overall leg development, the Romanian deadlift for posterior chain strength, the walking lunge for dynamic single leg power, the Bulgarian split squat for deep glute activation, the step up for functional strength, the leg press for heavy loading capacity, the calf raise for complete lower body development, and the glute bridge for hip extension power, form the complete foundation of a program that has helped hundreds of my patients naturally increase their testosterone levels, completely reshape their lower bodies, dramatically improve their strength and mobility, and feel capable and confident again for the first time in years or even decades. You have far more control over your lower body strength and testosterone levels than you probably realize right now. The research is absolutely clear and undeniable. The results I've witnessed firsthand in my practice over 15 years confirm it completely, and the opportunity to transform your situation is sitting right in front of you at this very moment. It's time to stop accepting weak legs and low testosterone as normal, and start taking deliberate, powerful action to reclaim the strength, muscle mass, and vitality that are rightfully yours. Your best years don't have to be behind you. They can start right now, today, with these 8 simple but incredibly powerful lower body exercises that will reshape your legs and boost your testosterone instantly.